We're currently on the edge of the water down here on the Weesey Slough Game Management Area. It looks to be pretty good waterfowl habitat. Jim, I understand we're going to be installing a wood duck box. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing?
Yes, Tom. We're really going to be installing about 3 new boxes today. And we'll be putting them about 6 to 8 feet off the water. And we'll also be putting some predator guards, some piece of aluminum around the tree to keep the raccoons and such from getting up in the tree. We'll be also trimming the trees, which I've already started doing here. I've knocked the trees over. You want to prune it so the raccoons can't climb up the tree. The reason we're putting up these boxes is because we're losing a lot of our timbers and trees and natural cavities. And the wood duck at one time was close to extinction. Well, this is one of the boxes we're going to use, Tom. As you can see, we got sawdust chips in there about 3 inches from the bottom. We got a ladder for the little ducklings to come up, and we got some drain holes in the bottom, so if we get some rain and such to get in the box, it'll drain the water out of it. These boxes were constructed out of barn boards, which we got down Lacey, Keosauqua. And what you really want to do when you have a box like this, you want to have about 18 inches from the top of the hole here down to the sawdust. You want a pretty long cavity, so that raccoon, if they come up here, can't reach into your box and get hold of the hen or the eggs and stuff. They actually sit down.
Jim, if somebody's interested in putting up a wood duck box themselves, is there any particular material that they should use to build the wood duck box? Is any one thing better than others, or can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I myself would rather see the wood boxes. Plastic and metal, they seem like to get hot in the sun, and if you don't get the ladder on the box, the ducklings have trouble getting out of the box. But you can make wood duck boxes out of about anything. I've seen where they use corn planters, where the canister that they hold the corn in. I've seen where they drilled their holes out and use them for boxes. There's bolt buckets, paint buckets, all sorts of different type of material you can use to make a wood duck boxes. Nice thing about the wood duck box program is about anybody can get involved in it, from kids to somebody retired or anybody that's got a marsh or pond or such.
Jim, I also understand that after you put the box up itself, there's still some maintenance to be done. I mean, you just don't put the box up and leave it. You got to come back every year and check it out and maintain it. Isn't that correct? That's
right, Tom. What we usually do on our area is we come back in about December, January, somewhere in there in the winter months, and we'll take the old chips out and put 2 to 3 inches new chips into the box, and then we'll also trim up the tree if it needs to, or if we got a bad lid or bad board, we'll take the box down and repair it at that time. And what we try to do is get it so it's ready for in the April, middle part of April is usually when the wood ducks start using the boxes. And so we try to get it maintained ahead of time.
Jim, I also understand that there's other species of birds that use these wood duck boxes. What other types of species of birds could a person expect to find using these boxes?
A lot of times we'll have squirrels, or actually I guess that's not a bird, but the squirrels do use the boxes quite a bit. They nest in it, which is all right. We're getting some use out of the box that way. And during the wintertime when we're maintaining them, we'll find screech owls in them, and they'd like to. I've never seen where they nested in the box, but they sure like to use them during the wintertime, and you can tell they've been in there. There'll be a lot of bird feathers and such.
What about American kestrels or any other type of predatory birds? Do you find many of those in there?
In our boxes, we haven't really found any kestrels using them boxes, but we do have an area along the interstate where we have regular kestrel boxes, and they are using them boxes real good. We do have, I think last year we had flickers and swallows and wrens and that sort of thing use the boxes too.
So the boxes are getting used in addition to the wood ducks and the kestrel boxes that you do have on the interstate.
That's correct.
Well, Jim, let's go ahead and put up a box.
Okay. Well, first we'll put the aluminum around the tree. It's a predator guard to keep the coons and snakes and squirrels from getting up the tree, although you know them squirrels are pretty tricky. unless you got a cone shape around the tree. A lot of times the squirrels get up and go right over top of the aluminum. Pull this somewhat tight there. What I use here is a roofing nail to hold that in there. Oops. Yeah, it seems like it drops one every once in a while. It really don't take very long to put a wood duck box.
That's to keep the raccoons and stuff out now, right?
That's right. And this is with squirrels, supposedly. Once in a while we'll see squirrel tracks where they're able to get up over the top of the aluminum. It's supposed to also keep snakes from climbing up it, but we've never really had too much problem with the snakes that I'm aware of. Well, we'll go ahead and put this here box up. We usually try to put it up about 6 to 8 feet, which will make it a little bit easier to check and maintain. They used to put these boxes up, they felt that they had to have them up maybe 20 feet, but it's not really necessary to put a box up that high. We usually try to face them out towards the water. Tom, a lot of times you put these boxes up only about 6 to 8 feet off the ground. They used to feel that they wanted the boxes up maybe 20 feet, which was kind of dangerous to climb up on a ladder to check a box or to maintain it. We've also, on our area, our program, we usually try to keep it close to the water's edge, but you don't really have to have it along the water. They'll nest maybe a mile away from the water, and the old girl will lead her ducklings to the marsh. Okay, well, I guess I better nail this bottom on this box.
Jim, I see that you've got quite a number of the smaller trees in the area cut down. Is there a particular reason that you've done that?
Well, yes, Tom. What we usually do is we clear a path to so the wood duck, the hen, can get into the box, and that also helps and aid in seeing the box. The reason we cut them like this is the reason I like to hinge a tree over and keep it alive, because there will be water in here later on once the marsh fills up a little bit more, and the wood ducks like to roost on a log like that. And being bent over and this close to the box, there's more of a chance that they'll see the box and use it. Okay, what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to cut this here tree out, clear it for where I'm going to install the wood duck box. I'm going to install the wood duck box in this tree right here. I'll also cut these limbs off. I want to get this tree out of the way here to keep the squirrels and stuff from jumping up and getting in the treetop to get in the box. That's got it.
Well, Jim, thank you for your time today and showing us part of the wood duck nesting program that we've got going here at Weesey Slough. This wood duck nesting program is part of the Prairie Pothole joint venture with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources and several other Midwestern states as well as Canada is working on to protect and enhance over several million acres of waterfowl habitat. And part of this, of course, is putting up nesting boxes, also improving and restoring wetlands, as well as a number of other different projects that we're working on. Hopefully with that and the improvement to the water situation with the recent rains that we've had, we hope to be able to improve our waterfowl populations and get them back to some of the levels that we've had and enjoyed in recent past years.